Good evening. Sorry I'm late. Ran with my wife and I went for a walk and ran into a talkative neighbor. So we just got back. My apologies for being late. Glory and honor and power and blessing to the Most High Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth and all that in them is, whose kingdom is coming and his will is going to get done. And his son, Messiah, Yahweh Shai, the Savior of Israel, the high priest, appointed by the Father. Father's righteousness incarnate, the prophet and soon coming king of the planet, blessing to his name. Greetings to the 144,000, scattered according to the prophecies of the Bible, to the four corners of the earth, and are now awakening to who they are, why they're in this position, and how we're soon going to be delivered. Greetings to the 144,000 who are being prepared to call Yah's chosen ones out of Babylon. Greetings to the Gentiles who have received the truth of Father Yahweh's perfect righteousness through the line of the tribe of Judah. Greetings to the chat, Brother David Harriet, Brother Castle King, Brother Stephen Kelly, Brother and Sister Daniels, Brother Azariah, Brother Zadok Yahoo, Brother Black Above Reality, Brother Superstar, Brother Gary Joseph, Brother Yacoba Ben Israel, and all the rest. Greetings and blessings to you. It's Wednesday night, and on Wednesday we usually talk about current events. Today, it's going to be current events, but it's going to be health related because, and let me start off by this for YouTube's sake. I am not a doctor. Do not take what I say as medical advice. If you seek medical advice, find a doctor. This is my own experience and the experiences that I have learned from the word of the Most High. So I want to share that with you before we get started. Now, part of, let's look at Revelation chapter 17. Revelation chapter 17. Actually, let me look at Revelation 18. Revelation chapter 18. Revelation 18. I'm going to start in Revelation 18 and read from verse 1. And read from verse 1 down to verse 12. Revelation chapter, actually from verse 1 to verse 13. Revelation chapter 18 from verses 1 to verse 13. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yah hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Most High Yahweh, who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all Thyan wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and of iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Here in the book of Revelation, it starts off, as we know, with an angel being sent to John with a message that ultimately came from Father Yah, but came through Messiah to John by an angel. And that's why when you see book of Revelation in Revelation chapter 18 here and in Revelation chapter 14, you see angels coming. And they're coming the same purpose. They're coming with messages from the Father through Messiah to the servants. And the servants, as it said in John, in the Revelation chapter 1 that John said, who bear record of the word of Yah and of all the things which he saw. And it's the same with us. We will bear record of the word of Yah and all the things that the angels have been given to us from the Father through Messiah. So that's why when you start off in Revelation 18, he saw another angel come down with great power. This message is a message of that's backed up with great Holy Ghost power. And it's given to the messengers, which we already know, the servants, the 144,000 from Revelation chapter 1, verse 1, as well as chapter 7, verses 1 through 4. And so we see this message with great power, and it's going throughout the earth. And the message is a message of warning. That's what the message is. Because it says, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So this is a message that's coming before the plagues come. It's coming before the plagues. It's a message of warning from the Most High for his chosen ones to separate from Babylon. Now, the separation from Babylon will be a difficult one for the people that are just hearing that message, because at that time, when that message comes, the image to the beast would be fully formed as it is now, and will be fully speaking, and will be fully giving its warning of its own mark and its own warning of not being able to buy or sell, and then eventually its warning of death. Those two messages will come at the same time, so that people will have to decide whether they're going to listen to the message from Yah's chosen ones, who won't have any money, who won't have any property, who are going to be separated from society and eventually sought after for death, or the people that have everything. That's the choice. See? So you're going to hear, and that's no different than all the rest of the prophets of the Bible. Did Messiah own anything when he was on the planet? When he was talking to the people? Did he own anything? Did he have houses and lands that were his? Versus the Pharisees that had silk robes and fancy houses to live in? Did John the Baptist have anything except a hairy garment and honey and wild locusts to eat while he was given a warning message? Versus the leadership of Israel that had everything, including money? That's going to be the same situation. And same way. In other words, when John the Baptist spoke, it was with power. That's why people went out to the wilderness to hear him. And many were baptized. When Messiah spoke and when he just been in the presence of people, there was power. That is going to be the difference. There's going to be a spiritual power attending Yah's chosen ones. There'll be a power with the other, but that will be an earthly power. a power of wealth and material and authority on this planet. It won't be the supernatural spiritual power come from Father Yah. And there'll be a difference and people will see it. Okay. So at this time, because of these things, because it's coming down to this, at this time, both sides are seeking people and preparing them for that time. Now, part of that, brethren, is we know that the Bible says the devil is a murderer, a liar, and he is a deceiver. Lying is deceiving, and he deceives the whole earth. Okay? Part of the deception, as we know, is a strong brainwashing. The brainwashing is taking place in all areas of society. It's brainwashing in religious areas. It's brainwashing in entertainment areas. It's brainwashing in business and in government. It's complete brainwashing that goes along with the deception. Part of that, brethren, comes along with greed and a lust for control and power. Okay? There's you can see it very plainly when you see the billionaires of our society. They never have enough. They always want more. That's the greed. Okay? Now, a lot of this has to do with the food. The food. So when you think about greed and control and mind control, whenever someone's trying to sell you food, what do they want? They want you to buy it. And not only do they want you to buy it once, they want you to keep buying it. Okay? Not only that, they want you to keep buying it. So they want you to be what? They want you to be addicted to it. So that you keep buying it. And then eventually you'll get sick from it. And then you have to go to a doctor. And what is the doctor going to do? Is he going to heal you? What is he going to do? He's going to prescribe something that has to be bought, that has to be manufactured. And that thing that he prescribes, generally, he's going to tell you, sometimes you take it for 10 days and you're done. With some cases, you have to take it for life. And then there's side effects, which makes you have to take other stuff. And then eventually you get sick and you have to go to a hospital and there's more bills. In the United States of America, I looked it up today. The average weight of a woman, a black woman, I just looked up black woman in the United States, is 186 pounds. Average weight. The average weight of a man is 200 pounds. So that the woman almost weighs as much as the man. Now, in my experience, and this is what I'm dealing with y'all, with my experience, and maybe you have experienced the same thing. I know that during times of my life when I was stressed, I would eat stuff that I knew was bad for me, but it would give me comfort. They actually call it comfort food. I don't know if you've experienced that. Generally, it's something sweet. Generally. And you get bigger. The times when I've been the fattest in my life was during times of stress, when I was either eating something salty and crunchy or something sweet. And those types of foods, if you want to call them foods, are designed for you to keep coming back and getting more. Okay? They're designed to do that. And what happens now, they have put now processed sugar. I think even the most, hardened doctor, atheist, whoever you talk to will tell you that processed sugar is not good for you. It's just not good for you, okay? And so they put processed sugar, they being the manufacturers of foods, in everything. Now, years ago, like I'd say maybe 20, more than that, probably 30 years ago, I used to deliver the Wall Street Journal as my second job. I had my job during the day, And then I used to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning and deliver the Wall Street Journal in Connecticut. I did it in New York first, and then I moved to Connecticut and did it there. And when you're doing that, there's nobody out. It's dark generally, when you're out there delivering the newspaper. And I would eat junk. I would stop at gas stations and I would go in with $20 and I would buy $15 of gas and $5 of pies or Little Debbie's and something to wash it down with, like orange juice and stuff like that. And eventually I was hooked. And I knew it. And I always would be down on myself because, man, you got to stop eating this stuff, man. This is no good. I look at myself in the mirror and say, this is terrible. You got to stop eating this stuff. But I kept doing it. Now, in society, they blame me. I'd be blaming, see, then you choose to eat that stuff. But little did I know, I was actually hooked on it. I didn't realize that I was actually addicted to the processed sugar and those things. And I would get mad at my wife because she wasn't addicted to it like me. And she would make cookies. And I would just kill all the cookies. And so I was trying to devise ways to overcome this. And it was a struggle. So finally, something, I don't know, maybe it was the Most High brought it to me to say, look, fruit's got to be good for you, right? That's what I figured. So I thought, okay, maybe if I eat fruit instead of eating the cookies, if I eat fruit instead of drinking soda or drinking orange juice, if I just eat the fruit, I'll stop eating this other stuff. And you know what? It worked. I started eating a lot of fruit. I mean, a lot of fruit. My wife will tell you, I started off, this was about 2004. I started off with cases of oranges and I would eat them and juice them and then buy big cases of bananas and eat them. And I didn't want to eat the cookies no more because the sugar from the fruit was satisfying me. Now, at first, I felt really good. It felt really good. But I couldn't sustain it because I craved salty stuff, crunchy stuff. And this year, when I came to Florida, I started eating fruit. Some of y'all remember a month or so ago, I got this terrible pain in my stomach. Anytime I ate fruit, I didn't realize, I said, what is going on? And so anytime now I have a piece of fruit with something with sugar in it, my stomach hurts. And so I realized I couldn't do it. Now, back 20 years ago, my wife and I went vegan. And listen, if you want to go vegan and it helps you, go ahead and do it. We did it for a long time. My wife and I were vegan for 20 years. And even when I was eating sweets, it was vegan. Okay. But my wife was never big into sweets, but she would turn like tofu into stuff that tasted like meat. She would make sauces out of cashews that tasted like cheese sauce. And she got really good at it. But over time, her stomach messed up. The doctor told her you cannot eat tofu anymore. Then it became, we can't eat rice, can't eat pasta. She couldn't even, if she wanted to, eat sugar because her heart started beating real fast. And the doctor said, you got to change from the vegan diet. And we did. It was hard for us. Okay. So over time, this battle's been going on, but then I realized I would observe people, observe myself, and I realized nobody wants to be fat. Nobody wants to be overweight. Nobody wants to be sick, right? So if it was a simple choice, nobody would make the choice to be sick, overweight, or, nobody unhealthy. Nobody would make the choice to do that, right? So why are we here? Then I realized it's the food. It's in the food. Okay. So that what caused me to go to the fruit diet was Genesis, because that was the man's original diet. So I said, oh, that's man's original diet. And then I saw YouTube videos where everybody was saying that also. This is the original diet of man. You got to be okay. But then I can't eat it. I couldn't eat it no more like I did before. And I realized that man has messed with the fruit. See, my wife can't eat bread because it makes her sick. Me, I can't eat bread because it makes me fat because of the processed oils and stuff in it. My daughter, one of my daughters, the same thing. She can't eat bread. My daughters went on a trip to Barcelona, Spain, and was surprised to see over there she could eat the bread. She can't eat it here in America, but she could eat it there. And we realized it's not made of the same stuff, obviously. My wife and I went to Mexico, and there are things that she can eat in Mexico she could not eat here. She could eat gelato in Mexico. Gelato is like a Spanish ice cream. She could eat that there. She could not eat it here. And so we're realizing that in the desire to make more money, corporations are doing things to the food. They're growing the stuff that they make bread out of. They're developing the type of wheat that can withstand bad weather, could withstand locusts, could withstand anything that comes at it, and it can stay on the shelves a long time, but it hurts you. But because it has a long shelf life, because it's cheaper, and they can make it cheaper and then sell it for the same price, make more money. And then if they put some sugar in it, you're going to come back and get it again. That's right, genetically engineered. There's a lot of that. But it's interesting. The fruit that I was getting was organic. And I was still feeling sick. So, and I got it from Genesis chapter 1, from verse 27, from verse 27 down to verse 29. So Yah created man in his own image. In the image of Yah created he him. Male and female created he them. And Yah blessed them. And Yah said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And Yah said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for me. So man's original diet was naturally fruit that had seeds in it. That's what differentiated. He said it was seeds within it that would cause it to be able to remake itself, fruit. So that's what caused me to go to the fruit diet. But then I realized the fruit is not the same as it was in Genesis. It's not the same. Maybe if I go to another country and they're growing it there naturally, maybe I might be able to eat it again. I don't know. But everything today is tainted. And just like Jacob said, that's right. We're going to eat the foul bread in our enemy's land, was what Ezekiel was showing in Ezekiel chapter 4. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that. Ezekiel chapter 4. Ezekiel chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 9. And I'm going to go from verse 9 down to verse 13. Ezekiel chapter 4 from verse 9 to 13. Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet. This is what the Most High is telling Ezekiel to do. Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel. And make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. So it sounds good, getting all this wholesome stuff, different types of grains, putting it and making it a bread. Matter of fact, they make a bread out of it called Ezekiel bread. But Ezekiel was told to add some more ingredients to it. Verse 10, and thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, 6 part of a hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it, is the extra ingredient. And thou shalt bake it with dung, that's doo-doo, that cometh out of a man in their sight. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And that's why we're eating this junk that's killing us. Later, at verse 14, Ezekiel pleads with the Most High. Then said I, Most High Yahweh, behold, my soul hath not been polluted from my youth up. Even till now have not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said to me, lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. So he said, okay, I'm gonna let you eat the dung from the cow and put that in your bread, because you're gonna eat the foul bread where I send you. Now, after I realized I couldn't eat the fruit like that, and though at first I was feeling tremendous, I felt like 20 years younger eating the fruit. I ate mostly fruit for about 4 years, and went long stretches, months at a time, just fruit. And then sometimes I would, in fact, once a year during that time, I would go a whole month just on fruit juice. And I was feeling good, man, really, but I couldn't sustain it. And eventually, at that time, we went through hard financial hardships. I couldn't afford to buy the fruit in that abundance that I have been buying, and organic like I have been buying. And I started going back to the sweets and the junk food and got fat again. So this went on for a number of years until my wife started dealing with her issues. And then we started including meat back in our diet. And I kind of felt instinctively that would help us, because getting away from the sweet, and it was hard for us because we had ethical reasons, also for eating a vegan diet. But looking at the word, the Bible shows us the clean and unclean meats. And going from Adam, then of course you go and the diet change. He gave Adam wheat to eat after he gave him the fruit. When they sinned, he said, I'm gonna let you make bread and eat that too. Then after the flood, they were allowed to eat anything. And then all of a sudden it went back to, all right, I'm gonna limit your diet, if you're my chosen people, as we know, to this is the meats you're going to eat, and you're going to stay away from other meats. And so I realized that, as in the Bible, so for us, our bodies change. Our bodies change as we get older. Our bodies change because of what we've been putting in it. And so over the course of time, our diets have to adjust because of that. So that now, neither me nor my wife can eat any processed sugar. No cakes or cookies or anything. We can't. It's bad for both of us for different reasons. Neither of us could eat rice. And so both of us are pretty much, what we have to, the way we have to eat, we're eating, a lot of like stuff with zero sugar or little sugar, or, no carbohydrates, as they would say today. We have to do that because of our health. I don't even know if it's going to change again, honestly, going forward. But my point is, because of the greed of man, because of their desire to control you, because of their desire to make money on you, they're going to try to hurt you with the food, or they are hurting you with the food. The cheapest and easiest foods to get are the worst ones for you. Like, for example, I'd go into a gas station back in the day. I ain't done it in a while, but I'd go into a gas station 25 years ago and have $20 and get $15 of gas, and then $5 of cakes or pies, or 2 for $1 this, and all kind of stuff coming into, that would be killing me, right? But it was cheap to get that stuff, very easy. Like if you go in the supermarket, the big sodas, you can get giant things of Pepsi or Coke, 2 for whatever, and they make that stuff. In fact, to get some high quality water is more expensive than some of the soda. So they're trying to kill us with that, And so what I would suggest is I pray and ask the Most High to guide me in how I should go in terms of the food. That's another thing that helps me a lot. And that's why I came to these realizations that my body is changing. The food is changing at the same time, so we have to continually be on guard for what hurts us. Now, the Bible is a good guide, especially the clean and unclean meats. It's a good guide to what to eat, because, the Most High gave us that for a reason. Now, in the Bible, they also ate unleavened bread and they ate bread, but today it's hard. It's hard to buy bread that's not going to hurt you. It really is, especially in the United States. Like I said, in other countries, they use better ingredients. Like, for example, I had a friend of mine. We used to work together years ago when I worked in the bank. He was from Ethiopia. And he told me, he said he eat the same foods in America that he ate in Ethiopia. And said he gained 60 pounds in America by eating the same food. He said he was in Ethiopia eating the same food and he was slim. He came to America from Ethiopia and eat the same food and put on 60 pounds. See? And I heard that story from a lot of different people. You know, wherever they come from, the food was more wholesome than it is here. Now here, it looks better. It's packaged nicer, right? And why? Because they're trying to sell it to you. They don't make you they don't force you to eat it, but it's attractive to your eyes. And look, isn't that what Eve said? Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3, verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes. Now let's stop here. Think about this for a second. How would she be able to tell without herself eating the food that it was good for food? The Bible says she saw that it was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes. How would she know that that was good for food, that it wasn't poison? What would think about yourself when you've been brought to do something? Well, she said the second part, it was pleasant to the eyes. That's the second part. The first part, she saw that it was good for food. It was edible. It was good to eat. How would she know that? You see, when I look at this, I see the serpent eating the food and saying, it ain't going to hurt you. And you know how I came to that conclusion? When you're watching TV commercials, do they put heavy-set people on there eating the pizza and drinking the beer? What kind of people are eating the pizza and drinking the beer that you see on the commercials? Are they fat people? What do you see? What do they look like that are doing that? Or they're drinking this brew, or they're drinking soda? They're fit and they're happy. You saw that it is good for food. Yeah, that's what they put on those things. Good. The other day, I couldn't believe one of my big problems was potato chips. I could eat a whole bag of potato chips, whole thing of Lay's, big bag, you know? And the other day I'm watching LeBron James, 6'9", 260 pounds of muscle, eating Ruffles potato chips. And I'm like, LeBron, I said, they must have been paying you good money to eat that crap, you know, right? So, but look, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a fit guy eat something that if I would eat, I would get fat and sick. She saw that it was good for food. The serpent was eating it and telling her, that's why he could say, you're not going to die. See, ain't nothing wrong with this stuff. She saw that it was good for food. Then it was pleasant to the eyes. See? And that's how they do it. So look, I talked about television commercials. So what are we talking about? Television commercials are part of the medium that is being used to make you and I think, oh, we can consume this stuff. It's no problem. Who do they show in pizza commercials? Usually some millennials, right? Some young millennials. They getting the pizza and they stretching the cheese. And that stuff will kill you. It'll kill you. See? But they're making you, we don't really understand how that affects it. When I saw LeBron James, I said, no, this is crazy, man. He's saying, well, should I get the red hot one or the onion one? And, oh, man, he's eating the ruffled potato. I said, what? Come on, man. So they're using him to kill us. And how many millions of dollars they paying him for that? See that? But I'm just saying, that's how they do it. That's the same principle. She saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes and a tree to be desired to make one wise. And she took of the fruit thereof and did eat and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. See that? And I said, that's what I realized a while ago. I said, that's what the devil did to Eve at that tree. He was eating the fruit and he's telling her it ain't going to hurt you. That's how, when I was 16, I started smoking weed. That's how I started smoking weed. I was depressed already, so I was probably looking for something to dull my pain at age 16. But I remember I consciously said to myself, I never put no smoke in my body. I would never put a needle in my arm, which I never did, thank the Most High. And I would never put no smoke in my lungs. I wanted my body to be healthy. When I was young, one of my heroes was Jack LaLanne, and I wanted to be old and healthy like him. So there was this football player, good friend of mine, big muscle-bound dude. And he's puffing the weed this particular day, and he's saying, yo, it's not going to hurt you. See, it don't hurt me. It helped me. I said, wow, it must not be as bad as I thought. And that's how I started. So you see, brethren, the merchants of the earth are putting stuff in the food to make us unhealthy. Anything packaged, anything that's packaged, brethren, that you could eat is probably not good for you. Okay? And you're wondering, why am I gaining weight? I'm so bad. And you make it, you feel bad about yourself. Man, I need to work out. I need to do this. I need to do that. Why isn't it? Man, I need to get out and exercise. I need to hit the gym. I did all that. And I would get hurt. I would hurt myself because I realized and it's still hard. Like I still have to remind my wife from time to time because she still has this mentality. It's not exercise that's the first reason you lose weight. It's what you're eating. I heard a bodybuilder say that a long time ago in the 80s. He said 80% of getting in shape is your diet. I couldn't believe that. I always thought it was the workout. He said 80% of getting in shape is what you eat. 20% is working out. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I was like, whoa. And I know it's easy for us to think, no, I got to go work out. That's how I do it. And listen, working out is good, but it's what you're eating. It's what you're eating that's going to cause you to get in shape or lose weight or gain weight. Okay. Now, professional world-class athletes like a LeBron James, some of these guys that are in their 20s, remember when you was in your 20s or early, you could eat just about anything and not gain weight, right? I remember nowadays the food is so dangerous, even young people are getting heavy from it. But there was a time, man, I could eat cookies, cakes, pie, anything I wanted and never gain weight. And then I work out and it just enhanced. But over time, once I got past 30, that wasn't working. That wasn't working no more. When I ate something, it was coming on me. And then since then until now, it's been that problem. And I realized my metabolism slowed down. I was eating the same things, but my metabolism slowed down. And then I would try, like I remember when I was I think I was 19. I would do sets every night of 100 push-ups. I would do like 4 sets of 100, 5 sets of 100. And it was nothing. Like I would do 300 and not think I had a workout. So then when I'm 40 and tried to do it, I started hurting my shoulders, started hurting my elbows. And I realized I can't work. It took me a long time to realize I can't work out like I did when I was 19. I know that sounds crazy, but your mind still thinks you're 19. Your body is telling you you're not. You're not anymore. So now, like, I had to learn, man, I spend a lot of time warming up before the workout. The warm-up lasts longer than the workout, put it that way. When I'm warming up, especially if I'm going to do some sprints or any type of high-impact activity, man, I really warm up a lot. It takes longer for me to do the warm-up than the workout because I make sure I'm warm. And the workout is not that long, maybe 20 minutes at the most, 30 minutes. sometimes like yesterday, I did 3 sets of chin-ups, 3 sets of push-ups, 3 sets of things with the leg exercise with my kettlebell. And that maybe was 10, 15 minutes and done. And so I don't get hurt as much as I used to. I've done everything, messed my shoulder up, messed my elbow up, messed my knee up. I've done all kinds of things. Thank the Most High, I never had any operations or anything, but I've learned over time I guess what I'm saying is you gotta be wiser. You gotta be wiser. See, you gotta have wisdom. And so, but what I'm saying is it's not because necessarily you're lazy or you just you're doing this to yourself. Although we are voluntarily eating this stuff, right? When we eat it, it's because it's addictive. It's designed so that you keep coming back to it. It's designed for that. It's designed for you to keep coming back to it. Okay? It's designed for that. And I tell you, praying to the Most High for wisdom has helped me a lot in making choices about what to eat, what not to eat, how to eat. And also what I realize is this verse here in Ecclesiastes. Let me show you this. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. So I really, lean on the Bible for, advice about how to eat, what to eat, stay away from blood, don't eat unclean meats. And then this one in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, from verse 16 down to verse 17, 16 and 17. Listen to this here. Solomon says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season, for strength and not for drunkenness." So I had to look deeper into this, and I did. Due season generally means afternoon or eventide. Now, just to let you know, the work schedule for us in these last days is different than the work schedule was for Solomon, I'm sure. But what he was saying is, what I'm getting from this is they didn't eat in the morning. They didn't eat until the afternoon. And I'm not saying you should do that, but what I'm getting from this is what we call today intermittent fast, right? So they didn't eat in the morning. They ate in the afternoon and toward the evening. So they had a fast, an extended fast until the afternoon. And so I've been on and off practicing intermittent fasting now for maybe 4 or 5 years. And I was at one point eating once a day, and then I was fasting twice a week on nothing but water. But I couldn't sustain that. And that's another thing that I realized myself, brethren, is that whatever you do for your health, you have to be able to, it's got to be sustainable. Don't just do it for a little while, because you'll fall off it. Okay. If you want to make it a lifestyle change. Okay. It's like with the Most High. When we are coming to the Most High for his spirit and his righteousness, we shouldn't just do it until we got a problem solved. It should be part of our daily experience, right? We want to walk in the spirit. We want to walk with the Most High, like Enoch walked with the Most High. You want to walk with the Most High. You want to walk in the spirit, as Paul tells us. Walking, it's a daily process. So whatever you do for your health has got to be something that you have to realize can be sustained, right, over time. And it's the same with me with working out. Like, I could feel really good about working out and just feel like I could work out for an hour or 2 hours, but I won't do it because I may not be able to do it again the next day, or I might hurt myself. I want to be, for me, it's better that I work out 20 minutes, 15 minutes a day and do that 3, 4, 5 days a week, rather than work out 1, 2 hours and can't do it again for 3 days because I'm too sore. It's got to be sustainable, right? So I was doing, like, I started fasting, twice a week on just like water. And then I would have 1 meal a day. But what happened with me is because I started losing weight. I started losing a lot of weight fast, right? And at first I had a eating window that was 8 hours. Then I shrunk it to 6 hours. Then I shrunk it to 4 hours. Then it was Then it was basically once a day. So, but my wife would tell you she was worried about me for good reason, because your boy could be stubborn, man. So what I would do for my one meal, I said, okay, I deprive myself for 22 hours. I'm gonna eat what I want. So my one meal would be giant chocolate chip cookies, seriously, or pies, or cakes, or whatever I wanted to eat. And I was losing weight. I was, until we went on this cruise. My job paid for the cruise. My wife and I, whole job, we all went on this cruise. Man, that was bad news. and then I started getting these marks on my legs, and my legs started itching, and I didn't know why my legs started itching. And the Spirit told me it's the sugar. And so I thought, nah. At the time, really, I thought, nah. But then I said, okay, let me try. I stopped eating the sugar for a couple of days, and it started going away. And it was coming up my leg. It was starting from my foot and coming up my leg, itching, red, and I was scratching. And then it started going away, go back down my leg until it was gone. Okay. Praise the Most High. And so I realized it was the sugar. And so I couldn't just eat anything, you know. So I'm trying, by the grace of the Most High, to get back to the eating window of intermittent fasting. I'm trying to get back to that. Yeah, exactly. Well, for me, Stephen Kelly, it was because I've reasoned that, hey, I deprived myself for 23 hours. I could eat what I want. And really, I was losing weight doing it. Yeah. But it's not it wasn't sustainable. Okay, it wasn't sustainable. And so that's why I guess my message today, aside from the fact that what's happening to you and me is purposely being done to us. We have to realize the death is in the food, and the food is addictive, and it's made that way. And also, whatever you do, you have to do it in a sustainable way. It's got to be something that's a permanent part. You can't get it all at once. Okay. If you're overweight, you're not going to lose all your weight at once. You got to realize that. Like this year, I started again. And I started with this is the first time I started with this keto diet. But the thing about it is that I was not using sugar. And I gave myself a year and a half. I said, this is going to take a year and a half for me to really lose this weight. Instead of, like, you know how they do it, 30 days later, I look like this, or 60 days later, I look like this. You got to take it a longer term view. And you got to realize it's going to take me a while. You didn't put all this weight on in 30 days. Okay. Or 60 days, right? You ain't going to lose it in that. And what I learned to do is look by faith. I say, okay. And I said, my wife said, well, you lost weight. How much do you weigh? And I said, I don't know. Because I refuse to jump on the scales to mess with my head. So I said, no, I ain't going to mess with the scale. So I said, I'm going to weigh myself after 6 months. But then 6 months came and I said, nah, I ain't going to do it yet. And I still haven't done it. I decided I might weigh myself when I'm going to let the doctor weigh me when I go. Or I said, you need to go get checkup. I said, I want to lose some more weight first before I go get my annual. So I'm just trying to sustain, eat in the window, no sugar. This means no soda. The only thing I had that I consume that might have sugar in it is the wine. If I have some wine, I know it's got sugar in it, right? But that's it. And even that, I'm cutting that down. I'm trying to just leave the sugar completely alone. Nothing else that I eat has sugar in it right now, which is a miracle for me. I mean, I grew up with donuts and cookies and pies. My father used to, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Entenmann's, but we used to have the Entenmann's factory near our house where I was growing up, and we always had Entenmann's in our house. And then, of course, all of your sugary cereals, all of these Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, and all of that, So it took a long time for me to get to the point where I had to leave stuff with sugar alone. Like I said, the fruit helped me to get off of the other junk food. But then after a while, I couldn't even eat the fruit. But it was years. But after a while, I couldn't even eat the fruit. And so then I started saying, okay, I got to stick with wholesome whole foods, you know. And I start, and by the grace of the Most High, I really, haven't had anything with processed sugar in it. And so just really trying to stick with wholesome whole foods, man, and eat one good meal a day. Like these days, I'll have like once in a while I'll have a few nuts snack, and then have a meal. Like today, I had a salad. My wife baked some chicken, so I had a salad with some chicken. And she made these, y'all know, she made these tostones, made some tostones out of plantain. And earlier, before that, I had like 100 grams of Brazil nuts. And that was what I ate today. That's it. Yeah, that's what I ate today. But pray, brethren, because they are trying to kill us with the food. And the Most High will bless us. Not only that, if you pray and you ask, He will bless the food. The Bible says this in Deuteronomy chapter 13. Is it chapter 13 of Deuteronomy, or is it Exodus? Hang on. I think it's Exodus. Hang on. It's Exodus. It's Exodus chapter 13. No, it's not Exodus. It is Deuteronomy. Man. Exodus 15, verse 26. Exodus chapter 15, verse 26. Yeah, Exodus 15, 26. Notice what it says here. Exodus 15, 26. Exodus chapter 15, verse 26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy Most High, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am Yahweh that healeth thee. So we obey the Father. We come to his spirit. He said, I'm going to put none of these diseases on you that I put upon the Egyptians. There's another place. It also says, I will bless thy food and thy water, and I will take away sickness from the midst of thee. That's what he said also. So, brethren, the Most High has us. We just have to really, I'm looking for that verse. We just have to really seek him out, and he will bless us. But we have to really seek him and we have to understand that we are in a war. And sometimes they'll use people we trust, people we like, people we respect to kill us. Sometimes they'll use laughter. Like I remember when I was really hooked on that stuff, and I would eat candy, and I was eating all of this junk, and I would tell people about it, and everybody would laugh because they made it into a joke. And by laughing, it became less serious. But now I realize that also was a trap, because it is very serious. It is killing us. It really is. And we shouldn't laugh about something that kills us. I mean, it sounds innocent, candy and fudge and all that, but it's killing you. So so the thing is, what I realize is that when you see somebody with tubes all in them in the hospital because of it, it ain't funny no more, right? When people in there on life support because of that, it ain't funny no more. Why can't we understand it ain't funny now? It ain't funny. And people laugh about it because they're nervous. It's that nervous laughter. 23:35. Let me take a look. Thank you, Brother Gary. Yeah, 23. It's 23:25, right? I know you meant to put 25 there. It says, and ye shall serve Yahweh. There it is. And ye shall serve Yahweh your Most High, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take away sickness from the midst of thee. Yes, that's it. That's it. 23:25. Exodus 23:25. That's it. That's it. And so the Most High is promising, again, these are his promises. He's promising us if we're obedient to him, he will take away our sickness. He'll bless us. He'll bless us, which means, again, it comes back to, brethren, first thing, seeking the Spirit. Seeking the Spirit first. We seek the Spirit of the Father. He will guide us in the way we should go. It's going to be a battle. And you got to look by faith, just like we look by faith to perfection, right? None of us are perfect. Father's Spirit is perfect. We seek to be converted into perfection by Father's Spirit. And we take that by faith, right? We take that by faith. And that's the way we live everything in our life, by faith. Okay? So now we start to have knowledge of what's killing us. The Father show us. He said, brother, you know, the cakes, the cookies, the pies are killing you. Brother, you can't even have the fruit no more. That's me. Now, maybe you could eat the fruit. Go ahead and do that. It's good for you if you can eat it. But I can't. What you going to do now? Okay, this is what you're going to eat. This, that, and the other thing. I'm going to give you some chicken. I'm going to give you some lamb. I eat beef, organic, eggs. You know, these are things. Green salads, spinach, greens. I eat these things. Okay? And that's where I'm at right now. And I hope that he guides you in the same way, because that's the situation, brethren. The food is killing us. It's killing us. And it's purposely done. And yeah, fruit with no seed is GMO. That's right. Like, for example, the watermelons. That day I was doubled over in pain. I ate a watermelon and it had no seeds. Seedless. And man, it hurt me, boy. Oh man. Most High is teaching me. See, so I can't eat none of that. I was telling my wife, remember when we go to some place, even, you know, you go to some other country. If I get to the Philippines or the Southeast Asia somewhere where they grow all of this fruit right there, or, you know, you go to some place where they grow the mangoes right there and they're not commercially driven anywhere, probably I'll be able to eat it. Probably, you know. Yeah, I wish I had a thing of blueberries the other day. My stomach started hurting. Organic blueberries. Tasted good too, because I ain't had fruit in a minute. And it started hurting, man. You're telling me I can't have it. If you could eat it, enjoy it. Fruit is good. If you could eat it, enjoy it. But I had organic blueberries. That's how I'm going to be able to eat this. Not right now. Maybe later. I don't know. Maybe in 6 months, you know, give my system a chance to heal. Maybe. But right now, I can't. I can't. But that's what I'm saying. The Most High will show you what you can have, what you can't have. He will show you, you know, what you can eat, what you can't eat, what's not good for you to eat. That's right. When we get to the kingdom, that's the original reason we were called the raw remnant. We changed it to raw Hebrew remnant when we awakened to who we really were. But our original ministry was the raw remnant because we was eating raw food. We was eating raw fruits, raw vegetables in abundance. And that's why, and we said, when we get to the kingdom, we're going to eat raw, you know. So we called it the raw remnant. And then it became the raw Hebrew remnant. You know, when we awakened about 10 years ago, it became raw Hebrew remnant. Okay, but yeah, we're going to eat the fruit of the tree of life, and nothing in the kingdom is going to ever hurt us. Nothing. Everything we eat in the kingdom is going to give us life. Praise the Most High. The way the food was designed by the Most High. The food was designed by the Most High to give us life. Not just to sustain life, to give us abundant life. See? But now, it's to kill us. It's to kill us. So we have to be careful, man. We have to pray to the Most High, ask him for wisdom. Like I said, in my case, I can't have nothing with sugar in it right now. I can't. And even the wine, when I drink wine, I got to put apple cider vinegar in it. Otherwise, it will hurt my stomach. I put apple cider vinegar in there and I have no problem. I put apple cider vinegar in there with it, and that's how I do it. Otherwise, I couldn't do it. And I drink apple cider vinegar with water. That helps a lot too. A lot. Helps my stomach a lot. Okay. I don't know about you, but I mix the apple cider vinegar with some water and drink that. You know, I'm telling you, that helps me a lot. Helps me a lot. Yeah, it really has. I was surprised myself. It was the Most High led me to it. I didn't see that on a YouTube video or anything. I said, let me try. I wonder what happens if I put some apple cider vinegar in here with this Manischewitz wine. I put it in there. I said, oh shoot, it don't hurt my stomach at all. I was surprised. I was surprised. And so my wife said, you like that a little too much. But even then, I got to cut back because of the sugar. I don't want all that sugar anyway. I just don't. So, but yeah, the apple cider vinegar is really a blessing to me. And I like I said, I try to have before I go to bed. Just drink some before I go to bed. I drink some with some water in it. I put a nice thing of water. I don't even measure it. I just pour it in until I feel comfortable, and then I sometimes I put too much and it does get acid, and I gotta add more water to it. But I try to put a little bit in there and then go to bed. Man, I wake up in the morning feeling good from that thing, man. I'm telling you, for real. Yeah. So, no, don't do that, Black Perverting, as you found out. Yeah, you get in trouble. I drink it straight, man. That's not when you want to go. You got to have something with it. I have it with the water mostly, but I can put it with wine or something, man. I don't even measure how much I put in there. I'll be honest, I put more than a tablespoon in there, though. I probably put 2 or 3 tablespoons if I had to measure it. And then I put it in a giant glass. I can't do nothing small, man. You know how some of us are. My wife will tell you, I can't do nothing small. My bowl when I have my salad is big. I got to have a big salad, So I got this giant glass I got years ago from Walmart, and I put ice in it, and I put apple cider vinegar in it, and then I'll throw some water in there. Yeah, and I sip it through a straw. I'm afraid what it might do to my teeth. Yeah, I do a lot. I do a lot. I ain't gonna. And I wouldn't recommend you do it the way I do it, but that's just me. Sister Violet here, listen to you, but she knows me. She know how I roll. She's seen me through all my iterations. But I'm being real. So, yeah, brethren, pray that the Most High guide you, because just remember, the obesity and the death is in the food. It's in the food. And ask the Most High to guide you through it and bless your way. Go by faith and look long term. Don't look short term. Look long term. Something sustainable. Look long term. And the Most High will take care of you. He's taking care of us, I'm telling you. My wife and I were talking about it today. My wife and I got COVID before anybody even knew what it was. We didn't realize it was 2019. My daughter was getting married. Both of us was knocked off our feet, man. And nothing would make it better. I couldn't stand up. My wife couldn't stand up. We was sick for about 2 weeks, hard trouble breathing and everything. That time they didn't tell you it was COVID. It wasn't until later that year that they came out and said there was this thing COVID. But we realized we had caught it earlier, like in September of that year. And I started drinking this wine, man. And the Bible said drink some wine, and I drank it, and it helped me in about 3 or 4 days sweat it right out. But we realized later, like in December, and then in 2020, everybody knew about it. And we said, wait a minute, we got COVID already. We had gotten it. We didn't realize. But since then, we've been kept pretty healthy, praise the Most High, from it. Even though it's making another round now, we're hearing people getting sick again. But be careful out there, brethren. Yeah, they really are trying to kill us. They really are. Yeah, they're trying to kill us. They really are. Don't believe this mess, man. They trying to kill you. Oh yeah, I had at that time I drank some port wine. I got port wine from the supermarket, and I was drinking that, and I mixed some water with the port wine, and I was drinking that. That was my cough medicine. I wasn't even taking no NyQuil or anything. I was drinking port wine, and in a few days that thing it went away. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I couldn't even eat. I couldn't hardly breathe, but in a few days it went away. Yes, it did. The port wine helped a lot. Port wine helped a lot. Yeah, it helped a lot. And so, then my wife was hesitant when she caught it until she drank some wine too, and all of a sudden she was good, because we was trying to get her healthy. I had got it and got better, but my daughter was getting married. My wife was so sick a few days before the wedding. It looked like she was going to be able to go, but then she was able to make it. She was still weak, but she was able to make it, to the wedding. Praise the Most High. Port, P-O-R-T, port wine. Port wine. Yeah, I had some port wine. That would help me a lot when I was sick. Yeah. Yep. Praise the Most High. Yeah. They trying to kill us, man. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. So pray. Ask the Most High to guide you through what you consume. Remember, they're trying to kill you with sugar. They really are. And they're trying to kill you with salty stuff that has no nutritional value. Like potato chips has no nutritional value. French fries have no nutritional value. And I love French fries, but I don't eat them now. I can't. I don't want to eat them, you know. And even like I have gone to get a burger from Five Guys. When I haven't done it down here, but when I was in DC, Five Guys, but I had them put it in a lettuce bun. I won't just do it with the bun no more. Just give me the lettuce bun with that, and no fries, no fries, because that's death for me. Fries are death, no doubt. Yeah, I tell them to put it in a lettuce bun. They'll do it for you. Yeah, and yep, well done. In the lettuce bun, be good. Yep. So, yep, that's right. Air fryer is good. My wife put the chicken today in the air fryer. She made it in the air fryer. It was good. I had 2 pieces of chicken. And that's another thing. I'm finding I don't eat as much now. I'm satisfied with less. So she made a whole bunch of chicken. I was only ate 2 pieces. And I had a big salad with it. And that helped a lot. I had a big green salad. And threw some avocado oil on there with some salt. It don't take much for me. I'm very simple. Oil and salt, I'm fine. Then I had that salad. I had that with a couple of tostones that she made with the plantain, and then I had the chicken. And that was good, man. Good to go. I'm not hungry no more now. You know, so yeah, I took both the jabs. I got the jab. Then my job made me get the jab. It was like the way I feel like this. My boss told me, "Did you get?" This was a couple of years ago. It was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020. He said, "Did you get the shot yet?" Like everybody had gotten. Everybody got the shot. Did you get it? I said, "No, I ain't got it." He said, "Well, we suggest you get it." See, when they tell you that, they trying to tell you you got to get it, right? So I prayed, and I knew I wasn't worried about the shot. The Bible tells you, Mark, Gospel of Mark. I go to the Bible for everything. In case you didn't know, I go to the Bible for everything. So in the Gospel of Mark chapter 16, verse 17 and 18. Mark chapter 16, verse 17 and 18. It says, "And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. And they shall take up serpents. And if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. And they shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover." I believe that. So I thought, well, if they making me take it, I'm not worried about it. If they say, and that's what I told my boss, if you telling me I got to take it, then I'll take it. And I'm not worried about it. But if you let me make my decision, I'm not taking it. That's the way I felt about it. So I felt like the Most High protect me if I don't take it. But if they making me take it, he going to protect me if I take it, even if it's poison. Because he said right here, you drink any deadly thing, it will not hurt you. And it hasn't hurt me. I'm not worried about it. That's why I told my wife. My wife didn't want to take it. My wife didn't take it for the longest time. But her job started putting pressure on her to take it. And I told her, just take it. I said, don't worry. The Most High got us. It's okay. If they making you do it, don't fight them. They see, brethren, we got to pick our battles. You know, there's going to be battles we're going to have to fight. But this ain't one to me. It ain't, to me, like based on that verse, I said, okay, fine. I'm good. You know. Now, if you're going to tell me, because I keep Shabbat, or because, you know, I don't go to a church and I'm going to have a problem, I'll just have to have a problem. Right there. I'm going to have a problem. That's a worship situation. But for here, and I had brethren tell me, that's the mark of the beast. The shot is the mark of the beast. Y'all remember that? I knew it wasn't no mark of the beast because I know what the mark of the beast is. It wasn't mark of the beast. So, brethren, I said, you know what? If y'all, and I told my boss, I said, so you telling me I need to take it? He said, well, I can't officially force you. I said, you know what? I don't want no pressure. I don't want nobody to be looking at me funny. I'll take the shot. So I did. I took the shot. Ain't nothing happened. And that's what I said. It's right, exactly. So I said, I ain't worried about it. Now, like I said, if they left it up to me, I wouldn't have did it. I'll never just voluntarily, you know, put some substance that some man said I need to take and put in my own. But if you telling me at my job, you can't go on a plane, you can't you can't do this, you can't do that unless you get a shot. We went to a restaurant and they said we got to see the card for the shot. We went to Mexico. They wanted us proof that we taken the shot, and we showed it. We had it. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go through all that for what? So I said, no, the Most High protect me. And he did, So don't worry about that stuff, brother. The Most High's word got you. That's what his word got you. Okay. Paul was bit by a poisonous snake. And they swore he was going to die, and he did. Because the Most High got you. See, if it's not like it's not like we want to hurt ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to worry about that. You have to worry about that. That ain't no. That's what I'm saying. When people talk about the mark of the beast, I say, you don't know what the mark of the beast is. That ain't the mark of the beast. They ain't got nothing to do with worship. See, that's a job. Okay, so that's what I said. I ain't worried about it, and I'm still not worried about it. Look. And this is what I say to y'all. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. But look, what's the worst thing to happen? I die? I ain't worried about dying. For what? I ain't worried about dying. Look, if I die for the glory of the Father, then I just die. I don't want to, but everybody wants to live. But shoot, I want the kingdom. You understand? I want the kingdom. Ain't nothing this earth, The reason I want to live, if I live, is for my wife. It's for my wife, for my children. Because they will be sad, but I'm not worried about dying. Shoot, if the shot kill me, then it just kill me. If the Most High wants me to live, then I just live. You understand? I don't worry about it. It ain't bothering me one way or the other. But that's what I'm saying. I prayed. I did pray. I prayed a lot, and I said, Father, what you want? And that's what that's what I got peace in my spirit about. If they make you take it, just take it. I got you. That's what he's telling me. If they don't want to. If they say, well, you don't have to take it, then I ain't taking it. I don't like taking nothing. My wife will tell you, I don't even like taking cough syrup or nothing. Like I said, the strongest thing I take is wine. Or maybe something stronger if it's a celebration, but I ain't taking, I don't want no pills. I don't want nothing. Give me fresh air, give me water, give me exercise, That's right, brother. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's right. So that's the way I think about it. You know what? I once had a karate instructor, and I'll never forget him, and I'll never forget what he used to say to us. He used to torture us with the workouts he used to give us, man. And he used to walk around as we stretched out, or he got us in this position, and he say, it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, then it don't matter. I never forgot that. And that's the way I think right now. I told my wife, it's mind over matter. I don't care. If you don't mind, then it don't matter. That's the way I feel about it. That's the way I feel about it. It's mind over matter. So if the Most High want to put me to rest, okay. No problem. See, the only reason I want to eat healthy, I do want to live a healthy life. I do want to be able, as long as I'm living, to be strong. I like the idea of being able to do, 15 chin. I like that. I like to feel strong. I like to feel healthy. But if I got, God forbid, some bad disease and died from it, then I just died in. That's the way I feel about it. Really. But the Most High wants me around. I'm all in for the Most High. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. But I don't want my wife in danger. I don't want to leave her alone. I don't want to leave my kids, without their father. That's different. But me, myself, whatever. I'm down for whatever. Okay, I'm down for whatever. So that's the way it is. But yeah, so don't worry about the shot, man. And I think they're a little shocked, they being the authorities. You take the shot there. I think they wanted more of us to die. Really. And they like, you crazy project. But so they say, oh, you need more shot, whatever, man. I got the one shot and I got the booster shot. My wife and I both, we got the shot and the booster. And I ain't taking no more unless they make me. I ain't taking no more shot. That's it. I undid the shot. They did. I said, yeah, I took the shot and the booster. Have you had another one? Nope. I took the shot and the booster. Ain't taking no more. Well, have you taken your flu shot? Nope. I ain't taking no flu shot. For what? For what? I don't know black above reason how many. I don't even know. I just heard there's more. That's all I heard. I don't even know. I don't even pay no mind to it. They asked me. I said I took the shot, took the booster. They asked me when I come into my job because I'm a government contractor. So they said, everybody in the government has to. Have you taken the shot and the booster? Yes, I've taken the shot, taken the booster, and I ain't taking no more unless y'all make me. I ain't taking no more. That's it, done. And as far as a flu shot, forget a flu shot. Please forget a flu shot. Forget that. That's just me, though. Just let you know. That's my conviction. That's just me. I go by the word how I'm convicted. That's what I tell y'all to do. Read the Bible. Start at Genesis. Go all the way through the Revelation. And when you get done, do it again. And when you need an answer to something, ask your father. He will tell you. Don't worry about this stuff, man. Please. We going to the kingdom. We going to the kingdom. Shoot. Forget all this. Okay? Forget all this. Just don't worry about it, brother. But listen, as long as you're alive, as long as you got, your good health, it's a blessing to be healthy, man. It's a blessing to have good health. It's a gift from the Most High. Really is. It's a gift from the Most High. So I try to, I taught my wife and I taught our kids. We was real strict vegans. When we was Christian, we was real strict vegans. And my kids knew it. And one of my daughters is still a strict vegan. She refuses because we raised her like that. So she refused. She see me eating chicken. She see my wife eating chicken. She refused. In fact, my other daughter just started eating chicken and fish because she had the same stomach problem from the veganism. So she started doing it. And it took her a while to get there because we taught her different. We taught her not to eat meat. We taught all our kids not to eat meat. Of course, my two sons couldn't wait to get out the house and eat all the beef and whatever ham they wanted. And I knew they were going to go through that. That's all good. But, it is what it is, man. So you do the best you can with your children. And then you take care of yourself for your children, for your family, for the glory of your Father. That's what I do. And that's what it is, man. That's what it's about. No, black above reality, it's a fact. There's no doubt. It's a fact for a couple of reasons. Number one, we know because of who we are, they're trying to kill us. Number one. Number two, because of who we are, right? We spend more money per dollar than anybody else in the world. African Americans spend more per dollar than anybody else in the world. Okay? People will rob you for the newest sneaker. I mean, right? I remember I worked in the bank and sisters would be spending $200, $300, $400 to get their nails and their hair done every paycheck. Sometimes they stuff be short. Their bank account be short, but they got to get their hair and their nails done. And it's, honestly, it's not even their hair. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, what? For what? I understand you want to look good, but Dad, you don't have to for somebody here from India. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. We'll spend more of our money like that. And so they advertise to us because of that. They will. They know that. So we spend more and they want to kill us, especially if we don't know who we are. They want to kill us. You understand? That's right, Pudge Nice. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so, and I appreciate, I won't go off like that, but I appreciate sisters want to look good, and I appreciate they want to look good for us, right? I get that. It's all good. But come on, don't let them kill you with that. You buying somebody else's hair? For what? Anyway, for me, myself, my wife will tell you, I really, I'd rather your body look better. I don't worry about your hair. If you take care of yourself and you take care of yourself right like my wife does, I don't care about your hair. As long as you clean, you just be clean. That's all. And we good. Okay? Care about your hair. Nice and everything, but whatever. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's right. That's all I'm saying. That's right, Castle Camp. You got me. That's it. Okay? And honestly, Just honestly, I mean, just being real about it. Sisters age beautifully. You know, other people around the world wish they could age like the Hebrew women age. Hebrew women don't age like the rest of the rest of the folks. They just don't. They just don't. Asian women age faster. You know, we know the children of Yafet, they age badly. A lot of them be slim now, but they age badly. Sisters look good a long time, for a long time. Listen, Halle Berry, what, 55? You know what I'm saying? And that's not like, sisters just age better, period. You don't need somebody else's hair, and you ain't need somebody else's eyelashes. Just take care of yourself. You know, they're trying to kill, take care of yourself. Take care of your health. You'll be all right. Don't worry. Okay? Don't eat that junk. They're trying to kill you. All right? Yes, that's right. They do. Sisters age beautifully. Beautifully. You know, definitely. That's from the Most High. They really do, man. That's right. So is what it is. We got that blessing. That's why they're trying to kill us. So they really are trying to kill you. They are. Okay, brethren. They're trying to kill you. All right. So may the Most High literally bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Sure.